Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have a show chock full of all kind of information today. And we have our friends here from the Homelessness Committee, and you all have some fun, interesting stuff coming up that, it'll give people an opportunity to win something good, which is great. And, of course, a fundraiser for you all because you do such great things here in the community. So we want to thank you for that. But if you could tell everybody who you are.
I'm Cindy Wagner.
I'm Rhonda Downey.
April Eifler.
And April doesn't have on her library hat today.
Or Rotary hat.
Or Rotary hat or Easter Bunny hat. Or
She wears a lot of hats.
She does wear a lot of hats. I feel like I didn't get the memo.
Oh. Yeah, we should have got you a shirt too, huh?
We dropped the ball there, sorry.
It's all right. I should have worn my Sasquatch shirt. Yeah. There was they were in the other day to talk about the Bigfoot Festival coming up.
Yes, yeah, John said that they were on.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I had to explain to her that we all have this inside joke about Bigfoot, but I don't think she understood. Yeah.
Didn't get it, huh?
I mean, I think she understood, but like she doesn't understand the gravity of our inside joke
Probably
about
why
Bigfoot.
it's an inside joke.
Yeah. Good point. Okay, I'll shut up. All right, so we are going to talk with the Homelessness Committee in just a moment about some of the things they have coming up. And on the other side of that, our University of Rio Grande band director, John Eckstine, is here. I did it, didn't I? I did it good. Okay. Is here, and we are going to talk about the fact that exactly 30 days from now, there will be a football game right here in Jackson and a marching band for the first time. So that's super duper exciting. So we're going to hear all that he has going on, and maybe you have an opportunity to join. So that's a really cool thing, too. So I'll tell you what. We have a message, and then we will be back and talk with our friends with the Homeless Committee, so stay tuned.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with our friends from the Homelessness Committee here in, is it Jackson County? What?
Jackson County only, yes.
Yeah, very good. And so in case people have lived under a rock and don't know, that you all exist or what you do, let's back up for a minute and kind of explain that to our viewers, if you would, please.
Well, the Homeless Committee, we assist anybody that is a resident of Jackson County that has found themselves homeless in several different ways. There's several different ways to become homeless. You can become eviction, domestic violence. There's a lot of different ways.
Oh, yes.
And we offer transitional housing. So we have 5 locations in Jackson, which is not a shelter environment, but it's a housing where they're there, just them and their families. So it's
a home environment.
It's a home environment.
Very nice.
While you're housed with us, we cover all expenses. And when you leave us, we hope that you're on your feet, that you have found a job and that you possibly may have a voucher of some sort. We also offer assistance with deposits. We assistance with rent, utilities. We will do, if somebody finds themselves just, being pushed out with children and nowhere to go, we will do hotel stays if we can have a plan for them moving forward. So there are a lot of different things we offer. We are volunteers only. We have no funding of any sort. So we're here I'm going to let Cindy talk about the stats on how many people we've actually assisted recently. And then we want to talk a little bit about a fundraiser we have coming up.
Hi. Like Rhonda said, we don't receive any funds, and we don't have a location either. Some people think that we have an office and they wait to call
true.
From 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, but we just have a phone that travels around. So if you give the phone a call, which is the number is 740 577-5282, and that's also on our Facebook page. You can get the homeless phone, and we will return your call if I can't answer it. So for the people that have stayed with us, I've got some statistics from last year. So in 2024, we had 194 requests for either housing or rent or utilities. We were able to house 13 people because the average stay is 45, 90 days, maybe, hopefully not very much longer than that. We paid $8,576 in rent, $1,290 in utilities. We helped a fellow with a gas card for $100 to get back and forth to his work. And we got a motel room for $80. So last year, in 2024, we spent $10,147. This year, from January till today, we've housed 6 people. We've spent $4,257 in rent. We've spent $1,046 in utilities. We bought a propane heater for a lady that had no heat this last winter in her trailer. So that comes to $5,596 just in the last 7 months. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty much on target with what we spent last year. It's going to, if it doubles, we're a little bit ahead in request. And unfortunately, we are full right now. So if we are full, what I do is I text the individual a list of the shelters in the neighboring counties and a list of the apartments that are around, so that they can hopefully get some help that way also.
Yeah, and Jackson County is not blessed with a homeless shelter. Mm-hmm. Is that something that would be perhaps a goal going forward?
If we could find funding.
Yeah.
I mean, there would have to be some sort of federal or state funding come in play.
I mean, how do they typically work? Like in other counties, how do they work?
A shelter would have to have somebody there
24/7.
Yeah, 24 hours a day.
Okay, and how are they typically funded by?
They're usually federally
okay.
funded, and I don't know. We've looked at that before, but it's never been something that we've actually pursued.
Because it would need equipped with kitchen and bathhouses and that kind of thing too. So
yeah. And you'd have to meet a lot of guidelines, and we would need a van. We would need a lot to do.
And you all are volunteers. Let's remind you that they are all volunteers.
And Cindy she's been on the board,
2 years?
2 years, and she has been wonderful. Having people donate beds and chairs and tables and silverware, because sometimes when our people in our transitional housing, when they leave, sometimes they take some of this stuff with them because they don't have anything when they come to us. So any donations of that sort, we would accept as well. Anything that you can spare. We do have an event coming up. We have 2 Ohio State tickets.
Woohoo!
And they're actually pretty decent seats. I think they're in section 4A. And it's for the Ohio State Buckeyes versus the Bobcats football game, and it's on September the 13th, and it's an evening game, so it's at 7 p.m., so hopefully it's not too hot.
I assume it's at Ohio State.
It's at Ohio State. And so there is actually a QR code that they're going to show, and if you take a picture of that, and
you can scan it to purchase tickets. Mm-hmm. When you do, you'll need to email someone, and I've offered mine up, aeifler@jacksoncitylibrary.org, your name, email, address, and phone number. That way we can assign you a ticket.
Does that go to, how is that donation? Is it through PayPal or through Venmo? Or
PayPal.
Okay. Oh, I can't see that far.
It says PayPal.
Okay, thanks.
Say your email one more time,
I'm
April,
old.
and say it really slow.
aeifler, which is EIF as in Frank, LER, @jacksoncitylibrary.org.
You can also, I believe, write a note within that donation, can't you?
I think so, yeah. So you can include it, and then the person who checks I think Carrie, our treasurer, does the PayPal account, and if you include a note with your information,
Here's our address.
Carrie will pass it on.
Too, if they want to just mail.
Yeah, the address is P.O. Box 734 in Jackson. And also, you can find us on Facebook and send your information that way in a messenger as well.
So we will send you your raffle ticket, in the mail. And then we're also going to, the drawing is going to be on September the 1st. The game is September the 13th. So we're also going to be set up on,
We'll be at the Jackson Sidewalk Market, which is August 7th, the first Thursday, from 6 to 9. You can find us around the corner of Broadway and Main. And then we'll also be at Cindy will be at the Wellston Sidewalk Market, which is August 21st from 5 to 8.
You know what would be a really good place for you to set up also? The Six Sense Brewing Company on the first day of the first Rio game. Because we're having a huge tailgate party there.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in.
okay. So
You heard it here first.
you heard it here first. Yes.
I was thinking that there will be a bazillion people there who obviously are football fans and it would be a
That would be
really good
amazing.
opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
please do so.
Awesome.
Please.
And
yeah,
the
you
tickets
guys
are
welcome.
$25 for a piece.
Yeah,
So
and it's for the 2 tickets for the game and also a $100 gas card.
They can also,
Oh, heck yeah.
they can also call if they want. You could also call us at our phone number, which is 740-577-5282, if you want to purchase tickets, and we'll work with you in how to do that.
Okay, yeah, and I mean, so there's a million different ways. I mean, the easiest way is just to find one of you guys and
Yeah,
buy it,
absolutely.
buy the ticket right then, like at the sidewalk market.
And we'll post that QR code to our Facebook page as well. And, that can be for the tickets as well. But if you also feel it in your heart, you're so inclined to just donate a monetary donation to go towards this committee so we can continue helping the homeless in our community, that'd be greatly appreciated.
very appreciated.
Absolutely. And, I actually had a staff member, and I don't want to get obviously into details about it, but, you all do think outside the box as far as helping people so much. And this guy had gotten a divorce. So the wife kept the house, had not any means really to pay a deposit or whatever. You all helped him out with that. We found him an apartment, paid the deposit, the rent, and then he was on his way. And that was the end of that. And it just helped boost him, got him over that hump to where he could secure the housing and then move forward. And he has a great job and he works really hard and all of that, but he just needed that little boost. And I feel like there's so many people out there like that are just like, I can't pay first month and
First
the
and last
deposit and
yeah.
all that. And I didn't know that my landlord was going to sell my house until 2 weeks before they
Yeah, we're the
there's
homelessness committee.
so many different ways that you all help. I think that's
we don't
amazing.
just do the transitional housing like Grande mentioned, but we do like preventative. So if someone comes to us and they're behind on their electric bill or something, or their rent and they're close to being evicted, we don't want it to have to come to you coming to us for help with housing. We would like to prevent that and make sure
Yeah.
you stay in your own housing. So we'll help out with
Be proactive,
your
not
rent.
reactive, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think that's amazing. It's like you, the lady you said you bought a heater for. She now could stay in her own home.
Yeah, right.
She just didn't have heat. She couldn't stay there. So get her a heater. Now she can stay there.
And the cost to move into an apartment or to move into a home that a landlord is renting is just once you're in, like you said, and you're able to pay the rent, it's you can get stable. But to come up with deposits first and last,
Yeah.
and then you also have the utility
utilities,
deposits.
yes,
to
all
get
of that
all
stuff.
of that, just as the startup expense to get into a place, that is where we help a lot. So.
It's amazing.
And the increase in rent in Jackson County has went up greatly. So the increase for us has went up greatly. So any help that we can get, we would really appreciate.
There you go.
And the community has been great. Like we've
Oh,
done
yes.
fundraising, and
Yeah.
we have a big chicken noodle dinner at the end of the year. That fundraiser, and I was tasked with calling around and getting items to be entered for the auction and everything. And that's the community is great about it. So we do appreciate any help, any and all help.
If someone wants to just donate monthly, that would be wonderful too through PayPal.
Yeah.
$25, $50, anything
Sure.
would help toward our expenses.
And remember, all of this is tax deductible.
Yes.
So you can do that. But no, these Ohio State tickets, this is a great deal. How much are the tickets? Are $25?
$25 for one raffle, and that's for 2 tickets, 2 Ohio State tickets.
And a $100 gas card.
That's a pretty
Get you
good
there and back, too.
deal.
Right.
Considering what it costs to go to an Ohio State game.
And they're good seats. They're actually pretty decent seats. So it's not like you're going to be sitting way far back.
That's right. You might get some blood, sweat, and tears splattered on you. You never know. But no, I'm just kidding. So no, that's great. So once again, give us the P.O. box if people want to just send a monetary donation.
P.O. Box 734 in Jackson.
Or you can scan that QR code and donate that way.
And email to
aeifler@jacksoncitylibrary.org.
Or call the homeless phone at 740-577-5282.
It's not hard to find a way to donate.
Yes.
If you can find it within your heart.
On our Facebook page, we've got about 3 or 4 people that monitor that page. So
What is the Facebook page called?
just Jackson County Homelessness Committee. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That shouldn't be hard to find. Links are in the comments because
Thank you.
everybody here is awesome and they do that for
They're on
us.
top of it.
yes.
So that way you can find stuff out that way as well. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers while you're here?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank
know,
you
we're
for all your help,
yeah.
and thank you for everything. And
Thank you for having us.
We're passionate about this work
Yeah,
because,
of course.
every one of us at any time is just one circumstance away from being
one
homeless ourselves.
one paycheck
yeah.
away from being homeless.
An accident
So,
that puts you off
yes.
work. So
And I think, not to keep harping on it, but I think what you said at the beginning of the show is there's a bazillion different reasons why someone needs help. We tend to go to negative town, and that's not necessarily true. There's a bazillion different ways where people just need a boost, and that's where y'all come in.
So a lot of people do think that a lot of it is drug related. Mm-hmm. The people who we house are drug tested, so
And background check.
and
Background
background checked. So we know that there's no drugs in their system.
Yep. So, y'all are trying to do it the right way and help as many people as you can. So thank you for what you do. We do
Thank you.
appreciate you.
thank you.
Of course.
Thanks for having us on.
Heck yeah.
Go Bucks.
Yeah, go Bucks.
Go Bugs! Yeah.
OH.
All right. Okay. Well, I tell you what, we do have our friend John here, the band director at the University of Rio Grande, and he is just chomping at the bit to come over and talk with us. So
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. We will let him have
he
our
doesn't
seat.
really look. He's not really looking like he's trying. I was trying to get him all pumped up, but no. We have a couple of messages here, and then we'll be back.
Thank you.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
All right, and we are back with our friend John Eckstine, and you are the band director at the University of Rio Grande, and a whole lot of stuff too.
Yes.
But we're just going to go with that for today's purposes.
That's good.
Because you do wear, as April does, a lot of hats here in the community. So tell us, how is the marching band coming along? I mean, it seems like it was so long ago that this announcement was made about football and marching band at Rio, and people lost their minds. And Ryan Smith was in here the other day, and he said, I don't know that we've ever made another announcement that went like wildfire. This is like football and marching band at Rio. So, but it seemed like it was so long ago and they would never get here. And now here we are, less technically than a month away now for the first Rio football game.
Football practices start tomorrow, August the 1st.
Oh,
and
my
and the
gosh.
band rehearsals will start on August the 17th, so we're only 2 weeks away. Yeah.
Are you freaking out a little bit?
You know, a little bit at a time. You keep taking care of details and making sure that everybody's locked in with what we're doing and everything. But yeah, every now and then, you know, you go to bed at night, it's like, oh my golly, I got to do this, I got to do this. But you know what? It'll all come together. I mean, everything has to start somewhere, and we'll start from the very beginning, and that's okay. And we'll just build from there. And once we get the students on campus, we'll be okay. We'll start moving. But like,
Yep.
you know, where are we going to practice? Where are we going to do this? Where are we going to do that? So all those type of things are coming in. But, you know, instruments have come in, new instruments have come in. We still have a few percussion instruments that have to be delivered yet. Brand new band uniforms are to be delivered sometime in August.
Oh, we hope.
Well, they assured me of that, so that's a positive. And
Good deal.
I'm probably actually going to put an announcement out there on some of our social medias like, hey, old band moms and dads, we need your help to size these students up because we'll need to get that done real quickly when they come in and get the students fitted and ready to go.
Absolutely. And, you know, because if you think about it, uniforms are tough.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, there may be a day, and Adrian, I think you were in the band. Like, you know, there's a day. Liv was in the band. Like, there may be a year when everyone's 5 foot tall, and there may be a year when you have 7 people that are 6'3", and what do you do? Everybody's got to wear the same uniforms. And
Well, and
it's tough.
Right, it is. And the other thing is we had to order stock uniforms because we had no existing students at this point. So
Sure.
you had to get, well, you know, from a certain size to a certain size. And that's where it's like, well, we're going to have some people come in there and, you know, make sure these kids are fitted up and ready to go. But
Yeah. Any seamstresses or what's the boy version of that? Seamsters?
I guess, yeah. But we could definitely use some of those hands on deck here
If you
soon.
know how to sew, get a hold of John. He
That's
would
right.
be very
That's
happy
right.
to talk with you. But no, that is the struggle is real with that.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure. And you only have a couple weeks to get it done. You know,
Well,
which is wild.
Yeah, I mean, if they come in, hopefully they come in mid-August, you'll have 15 days to get everything done and ready. So, yeah.
How many band members are you anticipating to start out here in the first year?
We're looking right now between 37 and about 42 right now.
Okay.
And every now and then I still get somebody that says, hey, you know, I'm registering for classes. I'd love to do marching band. I said, man, let's have a conversation here real quick.
Sure.
Get them all, you know, ready to go with this information. But I picked up, 3 students here in the last 2 weeks.
Really?
And I also understand that there's a certain amount of percentage of students that come to the campus at Rio in the month of August. So they said, you know, you may see another handful of students, and we'll welcome anybody right now. As long as we got the instruments for them, we'll welcome them. And we'll find a way to get an instrument in their hands one way or the other. But
Yeah, and that was going to be, it's funny that you mentioned that. That was going to be my question is, do you all provide instruments for people, or do they need to bring their own, or how does that work? I guess both.
well, some of the big instruments like your sousaphones, your marching tubas, your marching baritones, the mellophones, we've actually purchased those, a limited amount, figuring the size of the group isn't going to be that big right now.
Sure.
The marching percussion we've purchased, but simple instruments like flute, clarinet, trombone, saxophones, trumpets, instruments like that, they would probably need to have, although we do have some limited instruments in our storage. So,
Well, I would think if you have been in band over the years and you want to pursue, you know, being in a marching band at college, you would probably
Correct.
have your own
Yes.
instrument that's like, it's kind of like your own situation.
That's right.
Your security blanket,
Yep, that's
if
right.
you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So this is so exciting. Football marching band at Rio. So you're going to only have like literally 2 weeks to get this band together.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. What is the method to that madness?
Well, your Sunday night, August the 17th rehearsal is basically going to be a meet and greet because nobody really, well, I don't want to say nobody. There's a few students who know each other. Some students I've had come in the summer, and I've worked with them and things like that, trying to get them making some instrument switches and things like that. So there will be some students who will get to know each other, but the vast majority of the group will have never met each other.
Oh my gosh.
I got to tell you the truth. I have never met some of these students in person. Some of it's been phone conversations. Some of it's been text message conversation, this and that. So seeing these faces for the first time is going to be different. So that's going to be probably about a good first hour of that rehearsal, just to get to know and greet and meet and greet everybody. And then, we'll roll up the sleeves, and they've had their music already sent to them. So we'll sight read through all the music that night and start working on parts. And then the next day we'll start working on marching fundamentals and probably do marching in the morning and evening. In the afternoon, we'll break up and do sectional rehearsals and things like that. But it's just going to be a process. And by all means, we're not going to have the entire show out there for the first football game. We'll put out what we can. Mm-hmm. We always look at this as a growing process. So we'll put probably our opener out there. Have our preseason ready to go, and then as we work through the season, we'll keep adding a little bit more of it all the time.
Okay, so who comes up with what the show will be? Is that all you, or do the students have an input in that?
Well, this year it was kind of myself, and now in future years, I definitely want to have student participation in this. But I kept thinking, I gotta play safe with my music. I can't be overly difficult. I have to play within. I guess my goal is how to get them to sound as great as they can and look as good as they can to begin with. Mm-hmm. So I'm not worried about, let's say, an Ohio State style show or Ohio University style show. We have to do what's going to fit the University of Rio Grande mm-hmm. first. So, I had some suggestions.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks, yeah. So I had some people who gave me some suggestions, some band instructors, drill designers who I've worked with in the past. And just a couple of weeks ago, somebody sent me a piece of music called I Go to Rio, as in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you know what? We can change it. I Go to Rio.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to call our show. We're going to start off with kind of like that Latin type of beat type of thing. And then we're going to play Blinding Lights by the Weekend. And then an old tune called Shut Up and Dance. That'll be mm-hmm. our final selection. So it's just kind of like a celebration of bringing this all together for the first time, and that's our show concept.
Love that. So I was sitting here thinking, you mentioned, obviously the Ohio State band or the OU band, and you have directed bands for, we're not saying you're old or anything.
Oh, I am old.
We're not saying that. A few years you have directed and been part of bands all over the country, which is super cool. But do you, as a director, come up with, obviously if you watch the Ohio State marching band, they have a marching style.
Sure.
Or the OU band, they have a marching style. Is that something that is kind of dictated by you, or do you have a marching style that you want the band to do, or?
Well, that style, which is replicated throughout the state of Ohio with a lot of high schools, is unique. Actually, when I started teaching, and now I'm going to tell you, 41 years ago.
We just go with a few years ago.
A few years ago.
Yeah.
I actually did some things similar to that back in the early 1980s. Drill-wise and lifting your feet up and things like that. With me, it was more of a military style.
Sure.
But then when I moved to try to modernize what we were doing, and then I became a highly competitive band director, probably year 20 of my career on. Then we did a little bit like I was down at DCI Huntington last night at Marshall University.
Okay.
So more of a drum and bugle corps style, lower step style, a lot more movement and that type of thing. While you're playing and marching. So that's the kind of style that we're going to emulate with the University of Rio Grande Band.
Okay, very good. And it's one of those things that unless you're actually paying attention and watching or are in the business, you probably might not even notice that people are marching in different ways.
Sure. Yeah.
But does it go out of style? Like
Marching band in general?
no, just the way the movements, the way you would march.
Oh,
or
there's definitely.
are there trends to
Yes,
it?
there's definitely trends that, like when I was in high school, Springford High School in Pennsylvania, back in the 2000s up to 2012, we marched and played. I mean, we probably did anywhere from 80 to 100 pages of drill marching at one time. But that trend has gone in a different direction now, in the fact that you'll see a lot of students on real technical spots stand and play now. Bands of America has had a huge influence over that. Of course, Drum Corps International's had a huge influence on that, and the big influence on all those activities has been WGI, World Guard International, which has their championships in Dayton every year.
Oh,
and
really?
It's become more.
Wow.
I know, Dayton, Ohio.
Who
Go
knew?
figure that. But it's more of a, I guess, a Broadway musical type of a show now. A lot more props and things like that. Now, we're not in that direction by any means yet.
Might be there soon.
But some point in some time, and really a lot of the props are being used, especially with your smaller bands, because what it does is it condenses the field smaller, so it looks like there's more things, more activity on the
Sure.
field with smaller groups. And I mean, it's really kind of a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
But with us, we're putting out there what we have this year, and we're going to live with that. And like I said, we're going to perform up to our utmost ability. To entertain, and that's what we're going to do as we start this band program.
And I was sitting here thinking about how scary it is, not to put any pressure on you or anything, but to have 2 weeks to put this band together. But also, at the end of the day, people that are going to be in the band can get the music early.
Mm-hmm.
You've sent it out. They know how to read music. You hope.
Right.
We hope. And so they're going to know pretty much the music when they get there.
Correct.
You hope.
Hopefully, yeah. If they take it up and look at it, yes.
You would think. So really, it's about, I don't know, where does that come in? If everybody knows how to play the song, then what do you have to do? Just tweak?
Well, it's a little bit like
Things are-
it's a little bit like with all the football players coming on campus tomorrow. A lot of them have never met each other, so you're putting them out there for the first time. They've got to learn how other players move, how they react to things. So it's all a part of that. And my responsibility as a band director is to make sure that everybody is playing things the same, interpreting things the same, turning their ears on and listening to each other. So that's things that I always preach with any ensemble that I work with from the very beginning, and you just go after it like that. And will it be a little rough at first? Of course it will be, but like I said, over time things will begin to smooth out.
You're exactly right. And I think the fun thing is that you're always accepting new members. So
Correct.
You can add two as you go. Or like you said, there may be kids that come onto campus who are like, oh, I've been living under a rock. Didn't know we had a marching band.
Correct.
I want to join this.
Right, and I've done a lot of contacting students. I contacted the CCP students who go to Rio back in April. I emailed every single one of those students, about 700. I have been to probably about 45 high schools in the state of Ohio. I've emailed band directors. I've just any form. We've got social media up, contacting people through there. Just anything that we can, like you say, to turn that rock over to find another student.
Sure.
We've done that. So, and like I said, it's gonna. I never expected to be 100 members the first year. I think that, like I said, between that high 30, low 40 range, I think is a pretty good number, given the size of the college and university. But you just got to keep building from there. My thing is they've got to have a great experience. They got to feel like they're really capable of producing something while being a non-music major, so that we can retain the students and keep them coming back year after year.
Right, because there isn't a music major program right now.
Correct.
Which I know Ryan Smith had mentioned while he was here that he would like to work toward.
Correct. And
because teaching is a huge degree at Rio.
Sure.
Huge. So to get that music major degree back in there would be great.
Absolutely. And I think you'll see an increased numbers of students coming on board if you have that music major. But with that even said, even on some of your larger bands like Ohio State and things like this, people think, oh my golly, there must be tons of music majors in there. The vast majority of those students are not music majors.
It's an extracurricular activity.
That is correct, yes.
You know, it doesn't mean that has to be your life.
Correct. Yeah.
It is while you're in the band.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we hope.
Yes.
So how do you mentioned that you want, you need the students to have a good experience. What is your role in making that happen?
Well, I always tell people that you have to approach what you do with the 3 R's. You got to develop relationships with the students. Mm-hmm. That's the first and foremost thing more than anything else. There was a famous band director at the New England Conservatory who said, band directors can have the greatest knowledge of pedagogy, of instruments, and teaching styles, but unless they develop a positive relationship with those students, that's not really going to go a whole lot where. The second thing is you got to teach with rigor all the time. And I'm somebody that if I have a 2-hour rehearsal, I'll tell you, they're going to work for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I don't waste time. Even the students who helped me line the fields off here in the last several weeks for some of the high school band camps that have happened at Rio.
Okay.
We started at 8 o'clock. We got done within an hour and a half or 2 hours. It's like I'm very goal-oriented, so we're here to get this done. We're not here to stand around and
no
do
dilly-dallying.
nothing. That's right. And then, of course, the last thing is you got to make all this relevant to the students. So that's come down to the 3 R's, and that's how I try to approach things.
So how do you the relationship and the rigor seems like a fine line there between being the director that the kids like and respect and go to and have fun with, but yet no nonsense at the same time. How do you pull that off?
Well, I think what you have to do is you have to be real clear in your goals and aspirations. This is where we want to take this band program. I think you have to sell every one of the students. Listen, you're part of history right now because you're going to be in the inaugural
this is it.
University of Rio Grande RedStorm Marching Band. So you are very important in this. And understand that those of you, it was a little bit like when I was in a competitive band program. I put everything into play how I want to see things done. And that may not all take root right away because some of those students will never be able to be there to see the end result or the fruits of all that. But you have to put it in motion anyway and say, listen, you guys are important here because you've helped to develop these trends and all these traditions from the very beginning. So.
Very interesting. And speaking of traditions, you mentioned the I Go to Rio song, which would be I Go to Rio. Mm-hmm. Fun pun, play on words there.
Yep.
But what do traditions, do they develop over time organically, or do you have anything in your mind that you want to become a tradition? Or do you just let it kind of happen?
Yeah, I think you just let it happen. That's and part of that is also, the students being involved. What are type of traditions that they want to see develop with that program? So part of that is you just have to let them kind of have a little bit of range with that and go from there. So
yeah, it could be a chant. It could be anything.
We have a fight song that we're going to play.
Oh, do you?
And yes, and I'm not going to tell you where it came from. There was a Rio fight song also. I think it was the alma mater, and somehow, some way, we're going to try to connect the two together. But this fight song we have actually has a place in there where you can actually spell out RedStorm. So that'll also become a part of that tradition too. So,
of course.
Yeah.
So how do you come up with a fight song?
You
said you weren't going to tell, but
you listen to various different universities and things like that, and find one that you think would fit. And like I said, we're going to try to piece the two of them together.
Cool.
And there was one place where they spelled out that university. I'm not going to say where it was, and I'm like, oh, we didn't have enough letters for Rio Grande, but we had enough for RedStorm.
Love that.
We're definitely going to use this one, yes.
That is amazing and awesome. So if somebody's like listening today and they say, hey, I just heard this John guy talking on the air and I would like to join this band, how do they do that?
John Eckstine, J Eckstine, JECKSTINE at rio.edu. We do have a Facebook page, University of Rio Grande RedStorm Marching Band. Get in contact with me there. Go into the University of Rio Grande site to the music page. We have a platform that we use for recruiting students. That is the best way to just put your information in there.
Okay.
As soon as I see that pop up on my phone, which it does, I'm always, even if it's 11:30 at night, I'm sending a message to that student, hey, I see that you put your information in here, that you're coming to Rio this year. What can I give you? What information can I give you? What do you play?
Sure.
And I'll go, I'll try to make that connection with that student immediately. And we still do have scholarship money for incoming students
Hey.
to be able to give to them on top of any financial aid that they receive. So that's still available too.
Listen up, kids. Yes. And I think that and I think you and I talked about this the last time you were there. There are so many kids out there that probably thought they played in their last band show.
Right.
They played their last football game in high school. And now all of a sudden they have this opportunity
That's correct.
to go to Rio and continue for another 4 years. Like, how cool is that?
Well,
and get some money to do it.
And that is correct. And not only, and I guess I'll go ahead and kind of segue to this, not only is it just the marching band, it'll also be the pep band when we get into basketball season.
Sure.
We also have a University of Rio Grande Symphonic Concert Band, which is open to local high school students. So the students in this general area, I've already emailed their directors. I've actually been to some of the schools here where they had their band camps, talking to the students about that opportunity coming in and playing, as well as local community people. So if there's community people out here who still have instruments, want to dust them off, come and play, we are starting our first rehearsal with that.
Pete Wilson has a trombone.
There you go. We can use a trombone. On Thursday night, August 28th, 7 to 9. And you don't have to make a one-night-a-week commitment to that. Even though the students who are in the marching band, the vast majority of them will also be in the concert band too. They'll be the two rehearsal week students. But those high school students and community people, one night a week with a concert the first Sunday in December.
Harness your inner Welsh heritage. We all know that you're out there with your musical talent. It's in our genes. It's in our DNA around here. And there's a lot of musical genius in our area. So dust off your instruments, as you said, and come join the concert band.
We would love, and we'll get you incorporated into that and get you a part of that group.
Very good. Well, John, is there anything else you would like to tell our viewers while you're here? We're so happy you stopped by again.
Yep. Like I said, if there's students still out there thinking, maybe I want to go to Rio and I played an instrument and it's something that I want to be interested in, or color guard. That's the other thing, color guard. So it's brass, woodwinds, color guard. Please get in contact with me. We'll make this happen real quick. There'll be a lot of information I'll have to give to you, but I'll go back and forth with you. We can do video calls, Zoom or whatever. We can do,
we have the technology.
Yeah, FaceTime calls if you got an iPhone.
Okay.
Whatever we have to do to make those connections, but we can do that. And of course, also I'll throw this in last. I do conduct the Portsmouth Wind Symphony, which will start our rehearsals the last Monday of August. So if there are local people and even high school students who want to come out to Portsmouth, I'm hoping we're going to try to do a partnership with the Portsmouth Wind Symphony and the University of Rio Band to help grow both organizations and expand the areas for both of us to find new members.
That's awesome. And will you, back to the color guard, what all does that, is that flags or is that, what?
Basically, I think.
Will you have majorettes and all that, or will that be a thing?
If we actually had majorettes, we could actually utilize those. But this first year, it'll probably be, now I don't have any majorettes yet, but I think right now we have 10 color guard students.
Okay.
So, if we have more color guard coming in, that would be fantastic. It's basically going to be flags this year.
Okay.
And if we have any majorettes, we would definitely incorporate them into the show. So.
See, again, it's something you think you maybe twirled your last show, and here you go.
Yes, and I know a lot of times high school band programs have moved away from majorettes because it really isn't the competitive thing. But college, hey, we will put you out there. We can utilize you.
People enjoy that. I
Absolutely.
love watching the majorettes. I was a little majorette, and I just think back about that and how fun it was.
Right, absolutely. And I'm hoping somewhere down the road, as we keep building this, we can even expand either where it's to our existing dance team on campus or recruit dance members actually to come in with the marching band too.
Sure.
So.
I mean, it all works together.
Yep, that's right.
How fun.
Yep.
Well, I tell you what, I think you're completely insane trying to put this band together in 2 weeks, but I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I guess the bottom line is sometimes just don't overthink the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just let it, because
Just
if you
go
overthink,
with it.
yes, just go with it like it is. So
You're right. Yep. All right. Well, John, thank you for stopping by. Come back anytime. Let us know
you.
how it's going, and we're so happy that you stopped by today.
And hopefully here in a month or so, we'll have some videos that we can forward to you all, and here you go.
Fun. Yes.
Yep.
Love that. Love that. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, our good friend Pete Wilson is waiting in the wings to tell us some news. So we have a couple of messages, and we'll be back right after this.
Yep. Thanks again.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and what a fun morning getting to talk about. Can you believe it's less than a month away? Rio Grande football and band and
Has to be so exciting.
Unbelievable.
For the university, and obviously on two fronts, it gives a great opportunity for a lot more kids to be involved in football and band than what maybe would have, especially from around here, because of the convenience and all that. But also, what a great recruiting tool for the university that you have that. It just, seems to put you at a different level.
Yes,
has nothing to do
absolutely.
directly with the academics, which is the most important thing always. But, every time that band is out there, every time the football team is out there, home or away, it makes the University of Rio Grande and the RedStorm top of the mind.
Yes, it does. You are not kidding. All right, well, Pete, you are here and have some news I see waiting here, so let's get to it.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, we're gonna go to the fire department category first.
Okay.
Little bit of an incident last night at the Kroger gas pumps. Now it didn't turn out to be serious, but I'm sure a lot of people saw it, wondered what the fire trucks were doing there at Kroger. We're talking about the gasoline station right out in front. Here is the scene. That Red Thompson Jr. happened to be going to Kroger, and there it was. So, by golly, he got out of his vehicle and took this picture and got us a little preliminary information. But what happened was a customer pulled up to the gas pump. Actually, if you look to the left of that picture, you see a red Jeep there on the left side of the pump. They were getting gas in a very large gas container, and it spilled. It wasn't a little spill, relatively speaking. It
Like
was
a
a big spill,
okay.
enough and around the pumps that, it's a concern. So the fire department was called. They cleaned up the spill. They would not allow the driver/owner of the Jeep to drive it away because of the gasoline and the fumes that was around there. They played it safe. There was nothing wrong with the vehicle itself, nothing wrong with the gas pumps, nothing wrong with the operation of the gas station.
It was an accident.
Exactly, but one that called for quick attention and caution. And these are the things, you think about the fire department and you think about house fires or even building fires, but there's so much more that now they have to go out on. Any hazardous waste type thing, which you would consider this, that they have to respond to, vehicle wrecks. Now they help on wrecks out on the highway, whether it has anything to, whether there's any fire involved or not. So very busy, and they had a very quick response last night. And the bottom line is you'd never know anything happened there, but if people did see that, that's what happened. That was just before 8 o'clock that happened, and it probably shut down, those gas pumps for about an hour and a half or a little more. Fire department was gone by 9:42 p.m. So we posted something on Facebook on that, if you want to check that out. Okay, kind of on a far more serious matter, you know that you need to be responsible with fireworks. Particularly the more dangerous fireworks that can hurt somebody.
Sure.
But the Wellston Fire Department and the Wellston Police Department are conducting a joint investigation involving something that occurred back on the 4th of July weekend. It was reported on July the 5th in Wellston by a Connecticut Avenue resident there on the east side. That would be Timothy Call Jr. And what was reported was I actually talked to him here in the office not too long ago before we received this news information. But he was in his house late at night there on that 4th of July night. I believe it was the 5th, Saturday, when they did all the stuff in Wellston. Yep. Anyway, what happened was the 5th, no, I believe that would be on Friday night, wouldn't it? Yeah, Friday night on the 5th. He was in the house and just heard tremendous explosions outside where his vehicles were parked. And what happened was somebody tossed fireworks into his vehicle, resulting in quite a bit of damage. This is a close-up picture, but I think you can see the damage that was done to the dashboard.
That's so mean.
You can look down on the floorboard and see, burn damage down there as well. A lot of damage to his vehicle. The fire department, the police department got involved. The victim, Mr. Call, actually saw some people running away from the scene when he looked outside. But it has been declared an arson. They consider this an arson. It makes it a much more serious crime than criminal damaging or just having or trespassing or something like that. So a blue ribbon arson reward is being offered through the Wellston Fire Department, through the Ohio State Fire Marshal's office.
Okay.
And the reward is up to $5,000.
What?
That may be granted at the discretion of the Ohio Blue Ribbon Arson Committee, payable from its reward fund to a person or persons furnishing information leading to the identification of the persons responsible or the person responsible for this fire. And their Fire Chief Ryan Pelletier, who gave our intrepid reporter Jeremiah Shaver some information on this, the way he phrased it was that somebody didn't just throw the fireworks in the direction of the vehicle and it happened to hit it. They put it inside the vehicle. I mean, it was a malicious, intentional thing. It appeared or reckless.
That's mean.
Right, and so that story is already online as well on the telegramnews.com, and will be in the paper through our print folks on Saturday. All right, another thing happening on the city of Jackson that is worth reporting, and that is that it appears that a DORA, which DORA stands for Designated Outdoor Refreshment Area, appears to be on track. Now, this is a new concept for a lot in the city of Jackson. However, it's been talked about for more over a year doing this in Jackson. It's actually happened in a lot of places. I know you're very aware of being a restaurant / a bar owner, but what this does is in the zone of what a city or town determines to be the boundaries, within that area, during the times that it is allowed, customers in DORA establishments can get a cup of alcohol, beer or whatever, and they can actually move around the DORA zone, which would be in violation technically of open container laws, but that's waived if you have a DORA.
Yeah.
Right. So but it has to be the cups.
Yes, absolutely. And it's meant to for street festivals and, to bring people together kind of in the downtown areas of some of these communities is the whole point. Maybe a husband will come out with his wife who's shopping if he can sit on a bench and drink a beer with his friends or whatever. You know, it's not anything like party wise. It's just
from a business standpoint, I am interested in if you think that would bring more people to downtown, and would it help business, in your opinion?
Oh, I think so, for sure. I think it opens, and I've talked with, the mayor and several people, the council members and whatever about this, is it just opens the opportunity, in my opinion, for events. Like, for example, maybe you want to have XYZ event in front of Sixth Sense and you want to block off the street a little bit. Well, as it is now, I'm not allowed to apply for a permit for the alcohol to spill, people carrying it out into the street. It has to be done by a not-for-profit organization. It's called an F permit. So you have to partner with somebody like the chamber or somebody like that to apply for the F permit if I wanted to do a fundraiser. Does that make any sense?
No,
Am I making sense?
No, I see what you're saying. It basically opens up an area for the consumption of alcohol in a zone and outside the doors of rather than in premises.
Exactly.
Right, and so this is all in process. They've drawn up a map through the DORA.
Yes.
There's a process involved.
It's a big process.
Right, and the city administration has to apply, make an application. Then the legislative authority, which in Jackson would be the city council, they have to approve it. It appears that support is there all the way around for this to happen. But then the legislation has to be read. There was a public informational meeting the other night in front of the council meeting, and it probably will not be in effect until, later in the year. It'll take some time. Some other things have to be done. The city has to purchase the cups. They have to be distributed to the establishments that want to participate in DORA. But as drawn up and as described by City Councilman Ryan Peters, who's kind of taken the lead on the city side of this, the boundaries would basically be a lot of the downtown area. We're talking about on Main Street, actually all the way out on Main Street from the Portsmouth Street intersection all the way out to Stockroom 601. So you're talking about all the way through the downtown area to Stockroom, because that is another establishment that would be interested in participating. On Broadway, we're talking about from Main down to the Lillian Jones Museum. The Lillian Jones Museum wants to be involved in this because they do have events. They have events where they would like to be able to serve alcohol and have people move around. And of course, the block of Portsmouth Street that Sixth Sense is in between Pearl and Main Street. So those are the boundaries. There's certain times of the day that this is involved in, but it's basically business hours. The hours are not the same on the weekdays as they are on Saturday and Sunday. And this could operate all the time, but probably when you would see DORA most activated would be when there are events planned.
Exactly.
Like the first Thursday
the sidewalk
thing
market
downtown.
Or any kind of fundraiser that a business might have.
I know that some of the proponents have worried about opposition or backlash because people worried about people moving around with alcohol. We're going to have drunken parties and all like that.
No.
There were two endorsements that were worth mentioning of comments made at this public informational meeting. First of all, Mika Moeller, who is the president of the Jackson Downtown Association that puts on the first Thursday events. She has Michael's Ice Cream. She doesn't even serve alcohol.
No.
So it wouldn't apply to her. But she said that she doesn't know of any of her members that are against it and that everybody is for it. Okay. Also, you would think if there was concern, the police chief maybe. Well, Brett Hinch said, no problem. We can handle it. We think it would be good for the downtown. We think it would be good for Jackson. And didn't hear a peep from council. There were about 11 people there. Not very many people said things, but my sense is that the people that were there to get information, and they support it. So it's a go. It's a go. They have not approved legislation yet, but they have jumped the hurdle to see if there's going to be opposition.
It's moving forward.
And there doesn't appear to be any. Okay, some other things we want to tell you real quickly. The lady who is missing in Jackson, Laura Mickey Elliott, age 48, we talked about her yesterday. She is still missing as of today.
Oh.
Right. Also, my brother's place in Wellston, that's Connie Pelletier, she's the director there.
Yes.
They're going to have a big open house tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's to celebrate all the improvements that's been made there thanks to some grant money that came in. There will be a ribbon cutting at 10:30 a.m. That is on Railroad Avenue, 116 Railroad Avenue in Wellston. Everybody is welcome to attend that open house and also the ribbon cutting. Also, we want to tell you this. We had our good friend Randy Yates in from the cancer group in Vinton County. He wanted us to put out, on our media platforms, came all the way down with the release. You've got it there in front of you.
Yes.
We want to hype this the next several days. The Vinton County Health Department is having a mobile lung screening unit.
This is cool.
From the James Center. And this is designed for people who have a smoking history. Maybe they've stopped smoking, but they have a smoking history, or they're smoking now. This is a chance to get a lung screening at the health department from this mobile unit. You do have to make an appointment. And, the number to call there at the Vinton County Health Department is 614-293-6939. The Vinton County Health Department is located just north of MacArthur on State Route 93. That number is a Columbus number, so I'm guessing maybe the appointments have to be made through the James.
Sure.
But we've got that online and on our Facebook, and you can. I'm sure it's on the Vinton County Health Department Facebook page as well. But that's something that Randy was real excited about. That could do a whole lot towards maybe early detection of lung cancer, which can be, of course, a deadly disease.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow, with football season, we talked about Rio Grande. Jackson High School football program will have its Meet the Team event. It's always a big coming out party. It kind of celebrates the launching of the football season. All the football team and cheerleaders they have an auction. This year, it's going to be tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. It's in the gymnasium. In addition to football players and cheerleaders, they'll have that basket auction. The players and cheerleaders will be available for pictures and autographs to the youngsters. The football season, of course, in Jackson kicks off on Saturday the 23rd, just a couple weeks, about 3 weeks away.
Crazy.
Pig Iron Day on Saturday. We'll tell you a lot more about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors. Friday and Saturday evening at the Marquee. Sunday afternoon. We'll remind you about that tomorrow. And the Wellston Community Yard Sale going on right now. It started today and will run through Sunday. That's on the old Frick Gallagher lot on 2nd Street in Wellston, if you want to get a deal there. So
Cool.
I ran over 4 minutes, but I'll have more for you tomorrow.
There you go. Well, Pete, thank you so much.
Right,
We
the red
appreciate
light.
you.
The red light. By the way, since you brought it up, we may as well do a little business on the air.
Okay.
The trombone. Here's what I would say, and I can back this up. Lightly used, not touched since 1970.
Okay.
All right.
So you might not be joining the symphonic band anytime soon.
It's not on the agenda. It's not on the agenda, and with all due respect, even though Mr. Eckstine is very welcoming, I think he would reject me.
You never know.
Right.
You are a man of many talents.
Unless I hold the trombone and don't play it.
You could play Oklahoma.
I'd be a prop.
You could play Oklahoma. Or do you stick to singing?
I'll stick to the singing on that.
Okay. Well, very good. All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in. And we will be right back here tomorrow on Friday. So have a great day and cooler temperatures. Get out and enjoy that. And we'll see you then. Bye-bye.